Hello, my dear curious and studious students of surgery. Myself, Dr. Mahesh Chaudhary. I am warm welcoming you in my surgery lecture series. This surgery lecture series contains entire surgery with anesthesia, with radiology, with orthopedic. So stay tuned with us. Let's start our surgery lecture series. Welcome, dear students, in our surgery lecture number 19. That is the cyst and neoplasms of the pancreas. In this lecture, we will see pseudocyst of pancreas, true cyst of pancreas, congenital cyst and acquired cyst of pancreas, neoplasms of the pancreas, that is the carcinoma of the head of the pancreas, carcinoma of the ampulla of Vater, and carcinoma of the body and tail. All these points we will see in our this lecture number 19. Now first, cyst of the pancreas. Cyst of the pancreas can be broadly classified into two groups. A is pseudocyst, which is far the commoner and constitutes about 80% of all cysts, and B group is the true cyst, which constitutes only 20%. Pseudocyst of the pancreas, that is the pseudopancreatic cyst also we call, caused by the encapsulated of fluid or blood in the laser sac of peritoneum or in the peripancreatic cellular tissue. Now the etiology behind this pseudocyst. Pseudocyst may develop from trauma. A severe blow to the epigastrium may cause laceration of the pancreas. Pancreatic secretions and blood escape into the laser sac, and the foramen of inflow is sealed by inflammatory exudates. This causes encapsulated of the effusion. It may follow an attack or repeated attacks of acute pancreatitis. Following a few operations, such pseudocyst may develop, that is the pancreatolithotomy, caudal pancreatotomy, and partial gastrectomy. Fluid contains in this cyst is alkaline and specific gravity, contains albumin, mucin, cholesterol, blood cells and necrotic tissue. Clears all light brown or pale green in color, found in region of body and tail of the gland. Dear student, you can watch this image on your screen. That is image from the CT scan. There is a pseudocyst of the pancreas is seen in your image. These are the two cysts of the pancreas. Another image is pseudocyst is also there. Mucinous duct ectasia, serous cystadenoma, mucinous cystadenoma, cystic islet cell tumor, mucinous duct ectasia, and papillary cystic tumor. All these tumors are showing in this image. Now the clinical features of the pseudocyst of the pancreas are epigastric swelling, upper abdominal pain, Kehr's sign indicating irritation of the diaphragm, dyspepsia, nausea and vomiting are commonly noted. Sometimes the mass consists of the edematous pancreas and peripancreatic swelling of the omental and retroperitoneal tissue, and this is called pseudocyst. Investigations: serum amylase, it is of little value of diagnose the pseudocyst. Straight X-ray shows calcification of wall. Barium Mill X-ray shows widened C-shaped duodenal loop, a filling defect, distortion and indentation of stomach. USG, ultrasonography, CT scan are popular as they are non-invasive and reliable and safe. Now the complications of the pseudocyst of pancreas are infections leading to the abscess formation, rupture into the peritoneal cavity and pleural cavity, hemorrhage, obstruction of the GI tract. Treatment: there is a surgical treatment is available only, no medicinal treatment. Internal drainage, excision of pseudocyst, and external drainage. In internal drainage, cystojejunostomy, cystogastrostomy and cystoduodenostomy depends on the location of the pseudocyst of pancreas where it should be drained, or jejunum or stomach or duodenum. Excision of pseudocyst hardly required and involving the tail of the pancreas. External drainage associated with gross infection. Now next point is true cyst of the pancreas. There are two types of cyst of pancreas, congenital and acquired. First, congenital, single and multiple cyst, polycystic disease of pancreas, fibrocystic disease, that is the mucoviscidosis, dermoid cyst, and acquired cyst are retention cyst due to the ductal obstruction, parasitic cyst that is the hydatid cyst, neoplastic cyst, that is the cystoadenoma, cystadenoma carcinoma, and cystic teratoma. Now you can see the another image on your screen, that is from the CT scan. There is a true cyst of the pancreas. Another image is the congenital cyst pancreas, and next slide, next image is there are a congenital cyst of pancreas. Now next point is neoplasms of the pancreas. Carcinoma of the pancreas and neoplasm of the islet cells. There are two groups. More than 3/4 of the cases are adenocarcinomas of duct cell origin. Most of the carcinoma arises from primitive stem cells. Pathogenesis: cigarette smoking, consumption of coffee, diet rich in fat, chemical agents, naphthalene and benzene, diabetes, carcinogens in duodenal contents, alcohol ingestions. First carcinoma of the pancreas is the carcinoma of the head of pancreas. Adenocarcinoma is the predominant lesion, accompanied by extreme fibrous and non-mucin secreting. Tumors may be mucinous and non-mucinous secreting. The lesion is in irregular nodularity, greyish white serous or nodularity, consequences of obstruction of CBD, common bile duct. This is the image on your screen. You can see, dear students, there is a tumor of head of the pancreas. You can see clearly in the C shape of the duodenum. Now, carcinoma of the ampulla of Vater. Columnar cell adenocarcinomas. This is the columnar cell adenocarcinomas. 10% represents only ampullary carcinoma among the carcinoma arises from the head of the pancreas. Means only 10% of all the carcinomas of the head of pancreas contributes only 10%. That is the ampulla of Vater, carcinoma of ampulla of Vater. Neoplasm arises in the duodenal papilla. Primary lesion is so small that is difficult to palpate. Pattern of metastatic spread is similar to carcinoma of the head of pancreas. Another group is carcinoma of the body and tail of the pancreas. Tumors are usually large, hard and irregular masses, may extend into the transverse colon or stomach. Lymph node metastasis is present in 90% of cases. Involvement of liver is 80% of cases. Here is the image showing the carcinoma in the body and tail. Another image is showing the carcinoma of ampulla of Vater, clearly seen. Now the spread. Local, there are 4 types of the spread of carcinoma of the pancreas are local spread, lymphatic spread, vascular spread and peritoneal implantation. Second, lymphatic spread is first involve the pancreatoduodenal group, lymph nodes at the porta hepatis and hepatic group of lymph nodes from the body and tail of the pancreas. Celiac, gastric, mesenteric and para-aortic group of lymph nodes are involved. Third spread type is the vascular spread, is extremely uncommon. Peritoneal implantation resulting in ascites. Now the clinical features, 2 type of presentations. One is painless progressive obstructive jaundice and second is intractable pain without jaundice. First, painless progressive obstructive jaundice. Due to the carcinoma of the head of pancreas usually associates with pruritus due to the presence of bile salts in the blood. The jaundice usually progresses steadily until the patient is almost green in color. There is anorexia, diarrhea with pale and foul smelling stool, steatorrhea due to enzyme deficiency, and B. Intractable pain without jaundice. Pain is intractable and most referred to the epigastric region with radiation to the back. Pain aggravated on lying down position. Diabetes mellitus is often accompanied with carcinoma of the pancreas. Now the investigations, what kind of investigation is to be done in the carcinoma of the pancreas? First is the blood examination, LFT, liver function test, increased serum alkaline phosphatase, serum bilirubin, almost never rises above 30 to 35 milligram per 100 ml in pancreatic cancer. Serological markers for pancreatic carcinoma like carcinoembryonic antigen CEA, alpha fetoprotein AFP, pancreatic oncofetal antigen POA, carbohydrate antigen 19-9, that is the CA19-9 and DUPAN2. Radiography, barium meal X-ray of upper GI tract shows some distortion of pattern of gastric antrum and duodenum. Next investigation is the ultrasonography and CT scan have revolutionized the diagnosis of pancreatic malignancy. Thin section of CECT scanning are superior on to ESG. It allows visualization of the accuracy in detecting the hepatic metastasis and determining the size of the periampullary tumor. MRI, particularly in this disease, appears no advantages over CT. Next investigation is ERCP. It can be biopsied while duodenoscopy is done. Biliary endoprosthesis to palliate biliary obstruction and to allow for reduction in the degree of jaundice. Percutaneous cholangiography PTC to know the causes of obstruction. FNAB, fine needle aspiration biopsy, safe and accurate in about 70% of cases. Selective celiac and mesenteric angiography, evaluation of portal venous anatomy for delineation of major arterial and venous for staging for respectability. Laparoscopy, advocated for improving staging to detect the unsuspected liver metastasis and peritoneal implants. Now the treatment of carcinoma of the head of pancreas. Treatment is early operation once diagnosed. When the distant lymph nodes are not involved, when the tumor is not fixed, and when the liver is free from the metastasis, one can go for radical surgery. If the tumors less than 3 cm in diameter is resectable, frequently situated at ampulla, and if the tumors are more than 5 cm in diameter, are not resectable, situated at body and tail. According to the size of the tumor, the decision of the which type of surgery is to be done should be taken by the surgeon. Now the pancreatic duodenectomy, that is the Whipple's operation. This is the supramajor operation. Preoperative preparation for this surgery is assessment and supplementation of nutrition, assessment of coagulation status with correction of prolonged prothrombing time by supplementation of vitamin K, antibiotics to reduce the possibility of wound infection, PTC or endoscopic placement of an endoprosthesis. Now the operations, Whipple's operation. The duodenum with the head of pancreas is mobilized medially by diverting the peritoneum on the lateral side of the duodenum, that is the Korchus maneuver. Clear that the superior mesenteric vessels and the portal vein are not involved in the carcinoma. Gastrectomy with pylorectomy, gastrojejunostomy, Billroth second operation is to be done. Pancreaticojejunostomy, duct of Wirsung, that is the pancreaticojejunostomy means duct of Wirsung is to be directly connected into side anastomosis with jejunum, that is the pancreaticojejunostomy. Choledochojejunostomy, then cholecystectomy. This is the modification of standard Whipple operation is pylorus preserving pancreaticoduodenostomy. Overall 5 years survival rate for all patients with resected periampullary carcinoma. Means after the Whipple's operation there is 5 years survival rate. All these operations types should be done in the Whipple's operation. Gastrectomy with pylorectomy, pancreaticojejunostomy, choledochojejunostomy and cholecystectomy. Now the palliative surgery, 90% of all cases of pancreatic carcinoma are treated palliatively. 80% of cases the disease has spread beyond the surgical resection at the time of presentation. Advanced age and limited cardiopulmonary reserve prohibit resectional surgery. Aim of this palliative surgery are tumor associated with pain, biliary obstruction, rare duodenal obstruction. Now the adjuvant therapy for the carcinoma of the pancreas are chemotherapy and radiation has been shown to prolong survival rate following Whipple's operation. Fortis GY external beam radiation therapy, that is the EBRT, and intravenous 5-fluorouracil weekly should be given for 20 months. In unresectable tumors, the effect of the combination of chemotherapy and radiation is not that much. Now the carcinoma of the body and tail of the pancreas. Adenocarcinoma represents about 30%. Peculiarity of these regions, carcinoma is that it grows silently. Clinical features, there is a weight loss and pain. Only 10% patients presents with jaundice. Now the investigations as above, as the carcinoma of the head, all investigations should be performed like blood, ESG, CT scan, ERCP, all investigations should be done in this carcinoma of the body and tail of the pancreas. Now the treatment of the carcinoma of the body and tail of the pancreas are resectability rate of carcinoma is even less than 60%. Prognosis is very grave with mean survival of only 5 to 6 months. Subtotal distal pancreatectomy keeping only a portion of pancreas right to the bile duct along with duodenum is the treatment of choice. Now the adjuvant chemotherapy and post-operative EBRT following resection of adenocarcinoma may benefit the patients. Non-resectable tumors usually do not respond to the chemotherapy and radiation. Dear students, this is the image you can see on your screen. There is a carcinoma of the body and the tail of the pancreas. Good picture is here. And next image is showing the percentage of the carcinoma of the pancreas, head of the pancreas contributes 78%, body contributes only 11% and tail only 11%. Here is a very good pictures clearly seen. Dear students, here is the end of our surgery lecture number 19, cyst and neoplasm of the pancreas. Thank you.